Welcome back. My name is Emery, and I'm the farmer here on Dryland Dudes YouTube channel. And I hope that you've been following along through our harvest videos. Some pretty good stuff in there. If you hadn't watched it, go watch it. There's some really good stuff. Where I ended there last was we finished cotton harvest and I got all my wheat soot except for one farm because it was too dry, it was too hard, no way we could get the drill in the ground. Well, since then, we went, family went on a ski trip. We all got the flu on the ski trip, so that was unfortunate. The flu or whatever we had has been just running rampant through our family, and we're still dealing with the effects of that. Like, what's today? It'll be 2 weeks in a couple days. We're over it, but there's just remnants of stuff. So I know it's going on everywhere, but that has not been fun. Got that done. Decided we had some rain in the forecast. In the forecast is the word forecast. We decided to go and run the disc over at that farm, that 100 acres. So ran the disc over it on the day we got back. Next day we got back. Second day went ahead and ran the disc in there. It was kind of cloudy, but thought we had a chance to get some rain. Got zero rain. So that's part of it. It was been really cold. Now it's been really warm. It's 80, and we got a chance to get to 90 degrees this weekend. It's weird, and then it's going to get cold again right after that. Can't explain it. The wheat's coming up everywhere. That's good to see. Got everything in the barn for the rain that didn't come, but it's here. I did some different rearranging, but everything's in. I've got some cranes out there that are eating some of my wheat that I'm going to go scare away. And it's like time to get started on the next year. Get planning for 25. Had to get stuff in for taxes. Taxes are due in a month. It's just with harvesting this late, everything pushed back. It just seems like boom, straight into the next season because really we are. So I've got some odds and end projects to get done. I'm going to try to get the module builders unhooked from the tractors and set where I want them. I've got a better idea, I think, to try to not set them on the ground and then not set them up so their wheels are not taking all the weight. So we have some one tire, especially that gets flat on the CMC, and then just take some weight off the tires, but also not letting the metal stay on the ground so we don't get some rust on the bottom there. So I'll show you that. Change the oil in the 8260. The 8130's got a couple things. There's a hydraulic leak that we didn't want to mess with because we didn't know if it would make it worse during harvest. So we need to look at that. Need to rebuild the 3-point lift cylinders on the 8130, and then try to get the starter tested. I got to call in and see if that's a thing, or they'll just say, hey, just replace it, or if that's even the problem that makes that kind of start funny. One guy said on the comments that the remotes, the SCV could be going out, which seems it's interesting unless if it's under load and that's making it start a little bit harder. We thought it could also be fuel pump, but that's one thing to work on. But I got to get that tractor where it can be stationary for a while and not in the way, and because those things are going to put it out of commission for a minute. Because if it stays warm, I'm going to need that tractor to do some spraying in the fallow ground. And then once I get working through that, get the 8260 on the scraper. I need to do a little bit of scraping at a couple farms to fix some washes that there's not many, but just it's a good time to do it. And if the 8130's down, that would mean hooking it to the scraper, doing the scraping, hook to the disc just to smooth it out, rough it up, back up a little bit, and then time to get the strip till plow serviced, which shouldn't take much, and get all my rows laid off for cotton for 25. I'm running low on my bulk oil. That's at this arbitrary number between 20 and 0, but it's hard to get out because of the fill port. Same thing over here. There's not much left in here, but I got some oil to change. I'm hoping empty, mostly empty. I can get a little bit more out of here that I can have enough to change the oil in 8260, but I ordered some more. 150 gallons of high guard and 50 gallons of the engine, the plus 50. It is more expensive to get the John Deere oil, but that's all we've ever used. I heavily considered trying a different option like Shell Rotella. I know is very, very popular for engines. and it'd probably be okay. But these engines have never seen anything but that. And so I don't know if I want to be the thing that changes that. Maybe if it was newer and that's all it had done, I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. It is more expensive. But getting it in bulk helps a ton and on price. And so you rip me in the comments for spending too much on that stuff, but I debated, and I'm curious because I've heard that it's the same exact oil with a John Deere sticker on it versus the Shell, which could be true. Or there could be additives that Deere puts in, but they could also just say, hey, there's special things that we put in that makes it better, and there could be nothing. So I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna kill me. I don't have that much equipment to take care of. If I was had a big fleet of stuff, then that would obviously cost a lot more. But oil's coming. I've got the filter. I think I brought it. Hopefully I brought it. I brought it. I'm also gonna need the shotgun and the bullets. So I've got the filter. As long as I have the oil, I'm gonna probably do that changing. Bullets, don't need the filter over there. And then the last thing is I just got stuff, you get it, like harvest gets busy and stuff just accumulates. So this is gonna get cleaned up. I'm gonna clean out this basin and get this parts washer operational. That'll be nice. And then just clean up all my junk, put stuff where it goes. It all has a place for the most part. I just gotta take it to that place. Haven't really got to use the windshield too much at all, so that'll be good to see what it's like. A little bit of a chilly day. Like I said, it's been 80 degrees. Today got a cold front kind of blew in. It's colder, back up to 80s, almost 90s by this weekend. But this part was broken. That box down there is a new one they sent me. It's just this hinge piece. We'll see how that wears, but let's go scare some cranes. I think I can squeeze through here. Oh yeah, no problem. See the wheat's coming up? Doesn't that look good? It's nice to see it. Get ready for a sneak attack. Safety, of course. There's some right here, but there's another group over there. You can get them to get up higher, they'll leave, but when they stay flying low, they'll stay and they'll just go to the next spot. Gunshots can get them to get up in the air. This may be a good spot to shoot them. Off. See, they split like that. flankers, they'll split. So now I got a group going over there and a group going over there. So I'm gonna go chase this bigger group a little bit, I think. So that bigger group, they're I don't know, see, they're kind of circling. I don't know if you see that or not, but so they'll probably land over in those trees. There's a farm over there, but they'll come back. I'll just have to watch them. Again, normally if you come back consistently, they will go somewhere else. But again, they like this, which is okay, I guess. But this is real awfully close to that, and I don't want them in there. I'm okay with them being here. One good thing about felled out cotton is there's good moisture. This actually wasn't even felled out cotton. This is where the grasshoppers ate. So, I guess thanks to the grasshoppers, there was plenty of moisture here for all this wheat to come up. I mean, it's still coming up in where there was cotton, but it's better. It's just better because, you know, here's a track probably where the sprayer probably went, and then where the stripper drove, it may not be up as good or at all just yet. So, but it's trying. We just need some moisture. That group right there tried to flank me. I think I cut them off. They're flying a little higher, but I still got groups around. I think some are landing over there on my next field east. You know, like, why am I scaring them away? Well, it's already late wheat, so I need all the germination I can get. And each crane has a gizzard, I've heard, of about a fist. And I've seen those suckers. They are big and nasty and mean, and so if each bird eats a gizzard, eats a fistful out of the ground every day, and there are, look at that, they're still circling, and there are 1,000 of them out here. That's a lot of grain that's not going to come up because it's in that crane's belly. So that's why it's worth it. I'm pretty sure they're over here. I think I saw a few, but this is the first wheat that I planted. You can tell just a couple days makes a big difference. Okay, they're all in this field again in that felled out wheat, but I gotta get on the west side of them to push them further. No, sorry, the east side of them to push them west, or else they'll just come right back where I came from. So I gotta get up in this field. Also, somebody's been killing some hogs up here, looks like. Which I'm okay with. And if it's the guy I'm thinking, he always asks, and then I just tell him, hey, I don't care as long as you get your, just get them out of the field. So that works as long as they're not in my field. All right, let's try to flank them. There they go. And there they are. Oh, don't you come back over here. If I can just keep them in a group so they don't split up and try to come back over here. Oh, they want to come back. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I'm just gonna watch them a little bit and then actually do the work I came to do. So here's my idea. I got 2 railroad ties. They're supposed to be 8 feet. This one is longer. 9 feet. Okay. So this one's probably... Okay, come on now. Below 8 feet. Well, good. I'm just going to cut these. My thought was to put the builder on a railroad tie on all 4 corners. So I'll cut this in half and then half again. That'll give me about 2-foot sections, which is more than enough. But I mean, these suckers are heavy. That all I could do to get them just off my truck the other day. But that'll get the wheels. I get the weight off the wheels, so the tires aren't resting on the ground for most of the year. And I could just put the builder on the ground, but then all that metal, that skid at that bottom is in contact with the ground and it sits there most of the time. And so I thought, well, there could be some rust issues there. So we're going to try this. If I don't like it, well, then I've got a bunch of extra blocks for stuff because we need that stuff anyway. So I bought, this has been a year or two ago now, a chainsaw at an estate sale locally for $20. Isn't she a beaut, Clark? It does a good job. The chain is dull now because I did some cutting some mesquite wood the other day. But I'm hoping it's going to be good enough to cut through those things. I really don't know what to expect. Couldn't decide what was making that bouncing noise. So I don't need much. I don't need this to do many cuts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6 cuts. 6 cuts total. This requires, if you put it in the right spot, would be most important because it tells you right here, 40-to-1 engine oil. Most stuff I have is 50-to-1, like Echo and Steel stuff. So this has got a little bit of a different mixture rate. I think I'm done buying this pre-mixed. Wrong one. Because I think I'm just gonna start buying super unleaded, or what's the word I'm looking for? Ethanol free, which is the super unleaded, really, and then just mix my own oil. Probably be better than that anyways, and way cheaper. But that's convenient for sure. I think I gotta put some chain oil. This thing works decent. I think it kind of leaks out chain oil pretty good, or puts out more than it should. At least I don't know a ton about chainsaws, but that's my perspective. But she normally works. Although, yeah, see, I'm leaking. Also, maybe a slight leak in the gas tank. The stop button doesn't work, so I have to choke it, actually. Turn the choke on to get it to... got to be on the ground here. Starts off pretty good. It needs a little bit of, it needs some TLC for sure, but pretty good for union work. Alright, let's find halfway. Half of 9 feet, 4.5 feet. right. See, it's making some channel. Well, that first one tie cut decent. This one did not. I know the blade's dull. I don't know how hard these things are. I'm assuming they can be pretty tough to cut through. That one was. I've got 2 cuts that I don't think I'm gonna make. I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna try. I mean, my only other option is a reciprocating saw. I've got the blades for that. But I'm gonna try cutting one more. It's just smoking a lot. I know that chain's bad, and it's getting that oil on it, smoking. No win por nada. So we'll see what happens here on this next cut. Maybe that was just extremely tough there in the middle. 50 and a half, right at 25. Cut right there. I don't have super high hopes for this, but see what happens. Sure seems underwhelming after doing a chainsaw. It is cutting, but my battery I think is not very strong. Yeah, let's try a new battery. I think we'll be able to maybe gnaw our way through it. All right, let's see if this makes a difference. At least sounds better. I'll let you know how this ends up. Well, that was burned through a couple batteries, a couple blades. Took a long time, but it eventually worked. So I'm gonna go put on another, I'm not saying it's a new blade, but a fresher blade, I'm hoping. Maybe this one will go easier. Well, a few blades, quite a few batteries, 8 pieces. That was quite the chore. So now, they're still not too light. They're plenty heavy. I'm gonna begin the process of getting the builders unhooked. I've got some stuff in the way. I'm trying to decide the best place to put the builders. We've always put the CMC over here behind the barn, but now there's 2 of them. I don't know, I'll show you. There we go. So I considered, well, here's where we've always put it, where that cart is. So it's a pretty good spot. It doesn't stick out too bad. This obviously has got some things in the way. So I could put them both right there. That's where we had them before the season. It's just that it sticks out this way. So driving around, it's okay. We can drive into the wheat. I mean, I'm okay giving up more room around the yard. I've kind of done that here. I'm okay if the wheat doesn't come up. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. I considered like facing them like this, but this kind of stuff is in the way. I had to put it at an angle, so that's another option. I don't know. I want it to look neat, be easy to spray weeds around, and not in the way. those are kind of my conditions. There's just, without totally reimagining this, how we store stuff, which may be what needs to happen. I'm just not quite there yet. This little small patch right here by the house, it's got potential, but I also don't really like having the stuff that way in front of by the yard and kind of next to the house. Just, I don't think it looks as good. It looks better to have it back here. So then just like reimagining how far this goes out. This is kind of an awkward corner, so that makes sense to me. Maybe this stuff is nice and easy to hook up to because it's kind of all drawbar type pool stuff. That's just in the way. That doesn't have to be there. I've got trailers that could go more places. That I have all my toolbars are kind of in front of the barn. I don't know if you got an idea. If you've been watching, you kind of know the setup. If you got ideas, let me know. Shoot in the comments and give me an idea. I would appreciate that. Well, in other news, the cranes are back. Stinkers. They just waited. They went far enough away until they thought the coast was clear and they're back. So I got other stuff to do. I'm gonna keep doing that. Then I'm gonna get them. Gotta train them. All right, here's the rest of my rearranging job. So I put the camper through the south door there. I was doing this all myself at night, late one night, and I thought this would be a way to get the camper out easier because it's not as big of a drop off over there. So that made sense. And the truck can get out that it's not as big of a drop off. This was such a big and aggressive drop. It's kind of rough on the tires on the grain cart, especially when it's grain truck when it's full. So put the drill here, obviously, and I'm pretty sure I can get that other cart in here. So it's empty, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it in. Just keep it out of the weather. I've got the space for it. It's easy to move with the skid steer. So I'm gonna go get it. That clears that area off for the builder. Get the cart in here. And then I think I'm gonna put that builder next to the barn because I've got better mirrors. And so I can get closer to the building. And then I'll drive up next to it with this one. Last year I remember or 2 years ago, unhooking the CMC builder, and it's just there's not good mirrors, so I was in and out a bunch. So I'm hoping with the 8130 bigger, wider mirrors, I can see what I'm doing better. I've got some sweeps either side of these tires, chalking the wheels because you don't want your cart to end up in the field. I'm not saying it's happened before, but it's happened before. Too close. My concern here is the auger. Don't want to get that auger into anything, which if I can hold my mouth right and drive back, I'll be okay. But the question is, will I get far enough back, enough to get my tongue in? That part will be tight. I don't know. Stay tuned. Draw that ticket is go ahead and push this cart by hand if I can. Which, you know, I think I can. pretty close. I think I'll get it. Well, I can get in if I turn the wheels, I'm sure. That's one way to do it. Okay. Just like I planned it, with plenty of room. Oh yeah, we're in business. Okay. Now, where do I need you? I don't know. Probably can put you up, I guess.